Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Wars 1 replay. So on the north side as the Panzer Elite, we have Irish Beer. He be the British forces, if he's Irish. Or, no, that's definitely not, I should not have said that, but I don't think I want to call him German either. I'm just going to ignore that comment of my own. So on the south side as UK forces, we have a foreign name. I am currently trying to stream at least 1080p. Though you may need to adjust the settings, like the quality on Rumble, rather than going for auto. Later on, if you wish to see more Company Wars 1 replays, I am also at the same time recording in 4K. So you can, if you go to my YouTube channel or through Rumble, YouTube channel at least has a playlist. But either way, there are 4K videos on both those channels. Looks like I got already accusations. We have the fuel points being captured on up.
Fuel point captured, ready to go.
And now we've also got trash talking versus accusations. Brandon Carey has been loaded on up with the scope rifle squad. Panzer Grenadiers pushing on forward. We got two Panzer Grenadiers, two Grad. We have the HQ command truck. Let's see what he's deploying out. There's another intersection into the pack up. So he's gone for Brent Carrier into intersection into redeployment. Brent Carrier now trying to pursue the Captain Grad.
Upgraded on HQ trucks.
Gotta go fast. He has captured this sector as well. He may be eyeing to set up his HQ command truck in this region. Be aggressive. Potentially could be good, or could potentially be very bad. You can always, if you don't care for 4K, you can always downscale to 1080p, 2K, whatever you consider. But it'll still at least be 60 FPS, as well as a higher bitrate, so there'll be less pixelization as I move across the map. Yeah, in real life, don't do that. Do not drive full speed forward into a stone wall. In fact, don't even drive through a tiny little wooden fence with any sort of vehicle, because you will destroy your vehicle. Scope rifle squad advancing forward, trying to get some good hits on in. Brent Carrier is the mix of everything, and now the HQ command truck is setting on up on that fuel point. The Brit player is going to be highly aggressive. He's probably going to try to rush out a Stuart or three. Grad trying to knock around the scope rifle squad, and now got the intersection squad does dismount in order to get some more rifles firing. Have you tried theater mode enabled with chat and then selecting full screen yet? I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. Grad did receive some fire there. Slit trench is being deployed out by the infantry section there without the scope rifles. They may be trying to camp this cutoff point there, so the Brits going for a power play. He's claimed the right side of the map with his command truck, and now he's going to deny the left side of the map with a slit trench. The Panzer Elite player will need to get out incendiary grenades sooner rather than later. The Panzer Elite player is going for the cutoff point there, but that is actually a really bad idea. That cutoff point is not a cutoff point. This munitions sector will be claimed through this little connection right there, so this is not a cutoff point.
There is cut forward supply lines.
Slit trench has been crewed. Let's switch over to the Panzer Elite players. I'm curious whether or not if he's going for incendiary grenades. Incendiary grenades on the build queue. Now he's going charging forward. He only has 33 munitions. That should be enough for one incendiary grenade.
We now have incendiary grenades at our disposal.
Who's going to get the incendiary grenade thrown? Incendiary grenade was thrown, but it's not a good position there. Oh, yeah, incendiary grenades are 15 munitions, not 30 munitions. My bad. Maybe so Company Wars 2 costs, not Company Wars 1 costs. Damage and crit there onto the Brent Carrier. The Brent Carrier is of course going to expire. As a incendiary grenade also expires, he could perhaps get out of the squad here and recruit and quickly garrison up this other squad there. Scope Rifle Squad advancing forward. This point has been recaptured by the Panzer Elite player, which is actually quite important, so now he's getting some more income. Does lose a Kettengrad there. And needs to go for this munitions point there as well to get some trickle of income to get more incendiary grenades when this point gets decaptured. Scope rifles advancing forward. We got the lieutenant clean with the VP now. Both players have 500 tickets, so the British player could start taking down against his opponent. Because the longer the game goes on, I think the better the Panzer Elite player has to gather more resources from the other side of the map, while the Brit can be contained in one little area and be mortared to death.
Have upgraded defensive operations.
Camp Growth Company and defensive operations both been completed. Nothing being pulled out by the Camp Growth Company just yet. And I think that's the infantry support truck. Infantry support truck is on the build queue. He's like to go straight for a Stuart. Kaliningrad will of course be quickly repaired up by all these guys. He needs to stall out for getting these guys healed up as well. Blood transfusion is going to only go so quickly. Can't really pump it in. Blood pumps out, not into the body. And through the body, just not in the body. Okay, enough of that. Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward, a little bit blobby. Scope Rifle Squad does get inside the garrison as well. So he will perhaps get a lot of good attrition damage there. But he knows about the incendiary grenades, which also get a lot of attrition on his opponent's munitions supply as well. Scope Rifle Squad does fall back, may receive a lot of fire on trees since there's a lot of squads here. Lieutenant making his way down south. Kettengrad capturing up the cutoff point, which, like once again I said, not a cutoff point.
Supply lines are broken.
And now the fact that his forces are falling back, it received a lot of damage there. Maybe go to another incendiary grenade right there. And he does lose the squad entirely, and does decide to pack up his truck and full retreat. So that's sort of the problem as well. Going with these forward placements can be very powerful, but it's also a double-edged sword. It can be, if you can maintain it, they're great. If you can't maintain it, you're screwed. And losing an infantry section squad like that is quite important. We do now have a captain on the build queue. He does have quite a bit of not a lot of manpower, plenty of fuel, so likely he can get out of Stuart once he gets enough manpower. And the captain deployed out, of course.
Munitions depot is being overrun.
Of course, command truck is very resilient to small arms fire. 7.62, what, by 39? Or no, was it like 93? Get the exact caliber. It's a good round, but not good enough to take out truck with sandbags, who's probably not armored whatsoever. The navigator, nope, yeah, that's not the navigator. British drives on the right side of the truck. Weird. By the way, the driver's just glad he's not being shot at, and the Germans just trying to shoot the, I guess, radio. The Brits going to rotate his capture around the left flank, try to get that income. People need to get the cutoff point. Now he needs to get the cutoff point in order to get those resources. Panzer Elite player, let's see what the Panzer Elite player is going for. Panzer, that's why he does deploy a full tank buster squad there, which doesn't cost any munitions, just a lot more manpower.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Now the headquarters command truck is receiving quite a bit of damage. Wait, that's a... When did you get a Vickers replacement there? Okay, that's a Vickers replacement there. Headquarters command truck is going to die there. He's going to let it die. And this cutoff point, I just remembered as well, it's not actually attached through supply right here. So getting that command cutoff point will not get us all these sectors back in supply. Now here comes a Stuart. Of course, he does have a tank bus for tank purposes. Let's see about all the other. There's 3 Panzer trucks now in the field. Has 6 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 tank buster squads actually, and no munitions income at the moment. So he does not have access to canister rounds. Those canister rounds are going to be very important to deal with those tank busters. Though I suppose some 37mm cannon to the Panzer Grenadier never hurts. One squad has been upgraded with a Panzer truck as well.
Capture complete. Ready for orders.
Captain has claimed the VP as well. Does find a tank buster there, gets a good hit. Field support truck, not deploying out sapper just yet. He does not have sapper either. Maybe a good idea to go for a pair sapper. And good hits there on the Stewart. Good hits there. Another Panzer truck does not go off there, but he can always destroy the Vickers in placement.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
And he's... Okay, we've now got the HQ command truck being deployed on out. And he's deployed it out. That's not on the munitions sector, that's on to the strategic point. So that may have been a misclick, maybe not. But either way, he now has income coming in.
Our front lines are collapsing.
And still no sap on the build queue either. Intersection is being supported by a lieutenant. Panzer squads cleaning up the right side of the map.
Broken. We have a territory cut off from supply.
He does have 2 command points here, so he could get out Churchill, but he doesn't have the manpower for a Churchill, so it's probably not a good idea to go for a Churchill. Or really, he doesn't have any resources whatsoever. The Panzer League player has 2 command points. They have plenty of manpower. And... The 4th ground forces, flak 88s are not really needed. Ocean Makers... Yes. Oh, he lost one of the Panzer Grenadier squads entirely. Overall, Panzer Grenadiers are... Ocean Makers are not really necessary at this moment in time. He has a lot of Panzer trucks, so Tank Hunter would have increased value of getting extra Panzer trucks. And Scorched Earth is always nice to have to blow up every single point in the map.
Are capturing a friendly sector.
We now have infantry half track deployed, and now it looks like he's going to try to go for some mounted Panzer truck play. We've got a Ford HQ here as well. Need some much needed healing. Victor's placement is still ongoing. Definitely gotten much quieter this game. Let's see, and we've got the other Panzer or Panzer Grenadier squad being upgraded with the G43. Fresh mortar half track, that could be handy. Panzer truck has tank busters been loading up. Looks like 1 tank buster. Trying to flank around. We'll find the Stewart there. Gets oh no, there's 2 tank busters to back them, so 2 Panzer trucks do connect with that Stewart. Another Panzer truck does connect from the ground as well. And now the tank buster fires a shot at the casualty clearing station, fires another shot at the casualty clearing station, takes him down half health as well. Got some good damage there, didn't get any kills, and now the Victor's placement now seems to fire and does go down. Need to repair up that infantry out track, both those squads also suppressed as well. I don't think he's going to go for Churchill. He doesn't have the real manpower for it. And with Mountain Panzer trucks is saying it's probably a good idea not to go for Churchills. Though I do like AVREs, it doesn't have the munitions for it either. It does take out the Stewart right there.
Our Panzer have eliminated an M3 Stuart light tank.
And has lost all of his armor. Mortar half tracks. Oh, Tank Hunter. He has gone for Tank Hunter to get more Panzer tracks as well. So we do have doctrinal lock-in. The Brit has not gone for doctrine either. Still has 100 fuel, so he could go for his armor command truck. Panzer trucks do get a good hit there on the Panzer Grenadiers, but of course can be healed up. Stewart down south, Captain capturing up the VP, very nice. The VPs are quite similar, both of them still have over 400. Stewart still roaming around. Okay. We do have the mortar half track now receiving some fire there. Hetzer is advancing forward. Good hits there onto the Hetzer there. Get a gun damage crit, which doesn't. I'm not so sure exactly what gun damage crit is. Not main gun destroyed crit. But I do know if it gets recovered by a Bergantiga, the gun will be destroyed. Another Stuart's pulling on out. Hopefully he's got repair sappers, because the repair sappers will be very. No, he has Piets. I think he should have gone for repair sappers to get those Stuarts overhealed. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. We do have the Panzer Grenadier squads falling on back. We do have the half track deploying out the Panzer tracks in the base.
Jerry knocked out an MG nest.
What? I like foxes. Basically took myself and turned myself into a fox. Stuart's advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there onto the Panzer Shreks. Does have enough for a canister round, but it looks like he's retreating back, so probably not a good time to go for a canister round. What can I say? Like kitsunes. Hetzer's advancing forward. Panzer lining up a shot, gets a good hit there on the Stuart tank. Stuart is falling on back. And Stuart is managed to fall back in time. We got the 2 squads of PS here. Still no repair sappers. Personally, I think if you just go for a lot of Stuarts, you need to go for the repair sappers. Getting that overheal does make a big difference to withstand a bit more abuse.
Battalion HQ is confirmed. It can start securing resources.
Oh, I do have a mustache. If I shave off my beard, people say I have a really, really good mustache. If you look at my YouTube channel, some of my old videos, you'll see my actual face and you'll see my awesome mustache.
Look sharp.
Scope rifle is trying to eye for the VP. Could go for the cutoff point as well, but we won't be cutting off much. D43 is falling on back. He's got for the 4-man squad upgrade. He does have logistics company, so he may have gotten 4-man squad upgrade. They're all slightly wounded. Yep, do have the 4-man squad upgrade. Just research. Stuart takes advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there. And does get a cancer around there. I think he just wiped out that squad. Yep, nope, that squad was not wiped out. There's still 5 squads. Panzers are advancing forward, trying to find some hits there. Does get a good hit. Rolls a miss right there. One Stuart's quite wounded. The other one still has full health. Mortar half track now receiving some fire. He may not have the 2 Panzer. He does not have the 2 Panzer upgrade just yet. Looks like we got the mortar half track does go down. Receive a deadly hit there. Almost goes down right now. And the Stuart's going to be backing off. They may be able to survive it. We do have another Panzer squad here. Knife shot and rolls a miss. Goes around down to the ground. And now Hetzer getting hit there. Ooh. Does take out the G43 squad with that canister shot there. Lines a shot with the Hetzer. Does get the kill there on that Stuart. Panzer does roll a miss there. Piet squads advance forward. Does find a hit there. Piet's fire. Gets a pretty good volley there. Most of the time, Piet's, they are mostly just miss, in my opinion. Get some misses there on the Hetzer. Let's see, what defense? Yeah, he did get some defense efficiency on all of his Panzer tricks. Maybe just like durable Panzer truck squads. Maybe it's a more bias for him. Stuart has received some fire there. Does have another sapper there. Hopefully he's gone for the repair sapper. So currently no upgrade just yet. Panzer squads advancing forward, and we do have the infantry section squad falling on back. Scope rifles capturing the munitions point now.
Well, what is it?
Ooh, that lieutenant needs some
Jerry's cut
band-aids.
forward supply lines.
And probably a bit more, something stronger than T. Scope Rifle Squad is falling on back. Hendrix going to be eyeing to repair that Hetzer. G43 Squad Advanced Forward does use suppressive fire ability onto one of the PS. PS2 fire and try to hit that tank poster. It was unsuccessful. And they do all get forced back there. Sorry, I missed some of those messages. Let's see. Oh, potentially. It's hard for me to say. Oh, see ya.
Our petrol stores are under attack.
It's also something one calls like a confirmation bias. If you do it once and you got a good result from it, you may do it again, getting a bad result in the future, and you may do it over and over and over again. Infantry section is advancing forward. We do have another teller mine being deployed on out.
Troops ready. Ready for action.
And we have this sapper squad still unupgraded. He still has a Stubert's still alive. No repair sappers just yet either. This scope rifle squad, or none upgraded squads, going to move slowly without the lieutenant support. D43 is backing on off as well. No, I actually never really watched South Park. I've only seen some clips of it. Never really a big fan like all those comedies. Sapper's trying to capture the HQ now. The G43 squad may want to get inside to prevent that. They're quite congested as well, but he doesn't have any AoE weapons to really engage it. Hasn't gone inside that structure just yet. Ooh, the G43 squad is full retreat now, and does lose that G43 squad entirely, and the HQ will get captured. The Incendiary Grenade does connect, and he does fall back with all those squads. Scope Rifle is trying to gauge the Panzer at close range. And intersections going around, capturing some points there. Scope Rifle squad's getting some good work onto that Panzer Grenadier. And still doesn't appear to have the double Panzer upgrade, does he? Nope, still does not have the double Panzer upgrade just yet. The Brit has 6 command points there. Oh, think of the follow, Microsoft Excel 2007. Does go down there, trying to go for Slit Trench. And Slit Trench does get completed. Does get upgraded friends as well. And immediately scuttles it. Trying to capture the VP now. We've got a bit of a blob advancing forward. That is a teller mine there. He's lucky that it can't be blown up by infantry. And we also have 3 lieutenants support these sappers. 2 of them are still unupgraded. Now Stewart takes advance forward, does receive a Panzer stretch shot there. I think canister round. Okay, no canister round there. He was really piled up there. I thought there was going to be a canister round. Many PS now raining on top of that Panzer squad. Does throw a sneak grenade there. Gets a decent hit. Some damage there, not a whole lot. Generally, people go for Tank Hunter. It tends to have a lot of missions because they don't have the off maps to really sink their missions into. He is now raining on in. Does roll some misses there on the AT Hetzer. Entirely missing it. Does get a good hit there on the AT Hetzer now.
Panzer, we are losing a fuel depot to the enemy.
We have heroic charge being activated now. And does get some good hits there on the Hetzers. Close range. He's trying to crush them now, trying to literally run them over. And looks like this Hetzer may go down to a lot of PS at point blank range. He got caught up in the house itself. And he may, yep, he's going to fully destroy the carcass there, trying to prevent any sort of broken to recover the carcass. Ooh, here we go. Panzer IV-C. I do love the Panzer IV-C. Maybe upgrade of the armor skirts. And also as well, if he detonates his own teller mine with the infantry advancing over, that could be very handy indeed. ATS are advancing forward. Panzer IV-C has been upgraded. Stewart is a little bit wounded there. Does have the Bren gun in the back of, or inside the sled trench now. And he's been deployed now. Gonna be firing away. Gets a direct hit there. And annihilates the scope rifle squad. Now he does reduce his capture rate there. The scope rifle squad can move around without the need of a lieutenant to support him. And now we do have another sapper squad there with 2 Piets. He's just blobbing these forces up. I think more Panzer IV-Cs is the way to go. He doesn't have access to Hotchkisses or Warfermans. Not to mention, the 4 Warferman shots is not that great in my opinion. But a couple of Panzer IV-Cs just set on up and just annihilate the infantry to really hit the manpower income of your opponent. Just to trish him down like that could be very powerful. And now it looks like he's going to try to attack his opponent's base. Okay. Of course, the flak Irving. There's a massive wave of PS there. Takes out the flak Irving there. We do have 4 PS now. We have another flak Irving to help fight. Nothing being employed out over here. Let's see. The British player seems to have not selected a doctrine either. Heroic Charge is on cooldown, but he has access to 2 other Heroic Charges. And now the Counter-Proof Company will go down. That has access to those various mortar assets. Panzer IV-C is now hopefully setting on up. Received some shots there. And looks like he is going fully withdrawal. He could try pursuing them.
Germans are attacking our supply lines.
And the Panzer Support Command is still up and going. Over here, we've got the Panzer Squad trying to go to the cutoff point, which I keep calling a cutoff point, but it's going to cut off for nothing. Incendiary grenade has been thrown, and canister shot round has come out. Got teller mine right there. He does not find the teller mine. Oh, there's a teller mine there. I didn't see that one. Sappers, they could run over there, try to repair up that Stuart. How much? Let's see. The Brit doesn't have a lot of munitions there. Andrzej should be able to get the kill there onto that Stuart. Does get a good hit there. 2 Panzerks. He has 2 chances. I'll say he actually took both shots. He actually rolled a non-kill crit, then actually got a kill crit there. And the Panzer League player has plain munitions. With that amount of munitions there, would it be a stupid idea to go for a munitions half-track to lay down regular landmines everywhere? Is that a stupid idea? Because he has a lot of munitions.
The enemy has moved against one of Germany's victory points.
Does have a heroic charge pushing way forward. He has not hauled down the Panzer IV. Does get a decent hit there. Another good hit. And it looks like the officers are all going to capture the VP.
The enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
It's now raining on in. Hetzer does receive most of that fire.
Sector to the Commonwealth.
Another thing you can do with a munitions half track is Goliaths. Yep, but now I'm thinking also the Goliaths. I think the Goliaths would be pretty handy. Well, that's
Copelair can now use armor-piercing rounds.
That's not going to be useful. Panzer IV-C does manage to get some good bounces there. Now forcing back the entire blob. Oh, Goliaths cannot be discovered by minesweepers. But then again, his opponent doesn't really have minesweepers at the moment, so that's not really that important. Nor does he have a scope rifle squad either, so... Captain's now falling back, Panzer 4C is advancing forward, Lieutenant's falling back as well, and the Cadet Grad are going to be capturing up that VP now. ATXR does draw some fire there, lots of fire. Oh, he doesn't have one of those either, he lost that squad. Pretty sure he has not rebuilt it. Yep, he is the Bren gun. So, the bugs of the Panzer League Goliath are not going to be showing themselves. Nor will the Hetzer show himself any longer. Hetzer has gone down. He still has the Panzer 4C. It's a little bit wounded. There could be potentially some good engagements there, and you could try breaking down some of these hedges so you can set it up, protect the VP, and set up in a good location.
German forces are trying to secure one of our
Command Cromwell. Okay, he's going on Command Cromwell. He may be eyeing to get some Sherman Fireflies. Because that's the only reason why you go for the Command Cromwell. Or he has... Oh, he has Red Cromwell. Must have found a Teller mine. This landmine was detonated there, so it had to been from the Teller mine. So he's gone for a Command Cromwell, and he has gone to a Command Cromwell to support the Cromwell. Going to be one of the biggest backseat drivers there is, and now do have Panthers to put out. I would have gone for more Panzer 4Cs. He has plenty of Panzer trucks to gauge any Cromwell advance, and Panzer 4Cs are resilient enough for the Cromwells for the Panzer trucks to roll up and support it. I don't think he needs the Panthers. Nope, he's trying to hit his opponent's base again. Maybe to pull out some telemines over there. And now the Cromwell's receiving quite a bit of fire from the Panthers. A couple bounces there from the Piets. Black Ravine does get some kills there onto the Sappers. Command Tank may receive some fire as well, but luckily he has plenty of repair engineers nearby. Still doesn't have a single repair engineer, does he? I'm a little bit biased towards the repair engineer. Just getting a little bit extra overhealing does make a difference in my opinion. There's a Funk Forgien. So he's going for the Goliaths now. Panzer 4C's advancing forward. Does find a good hit there. Hasn't hold down just yet. Going to point blank range is also pretty dangerous. Gets a pretty good crush there. Enough to slow down the tank quite a bit. Panzer 4 still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Patrick does pick up the regular Cromwell. Panzer 4 is still alive. Not sure being called there. Looks like officer artillery. Panzer 4 is still alive? How is that Panzer 4 still alive? Purple steel. But most people associate that with the Panthers, not the Panzer 4C. How is that thing alive? Jeez. Nope, I think his opponent, he has gone for officer artillery. So he's gone for Royal Artillery. Panther's going to advance forward. They're quite healthy. And he has lost a large number of manpower there. Not all these guys can reinforce. He's low in manpower. Another sapper. Okay, there's another sapper there. Why do you go for another sapper? He needs to reinforce his squads.
Go ahead with your orders, sir.
Channel open, go ahead.
There's a Funk Fog in there? Jawohl.
Ready to receive.
Not sure if that's in vision range. It's not in vision range. I start just moving there over in the region. Wait, there's the Funk Foggin. Let's get spotted there. Try and go for a Goliath now. The Firefly is going to say hello to the Goliath, but looks like it faced the wrong direction. And make it this lieutenant there. Oh, that was a very late response there.
Lines are collapsing.
Now the Fireflies are severely wounded. I just got the Panthers and the Panzer 4C now advancing forward. The Panzer 4C has got level 1 defense, which is probably going to be very necessary versus those Fiats. I would say he could push a little bit farther forward and then get it set up. He has 2 Panzer 4Cs now, but he needs to make sure that they're not butt to butt like that. And now he does set one up. He can immediately make sure there. Those use the unvetted one. Now these guys are going to be hit by that Panzer 4C very shortly. Panthers trying to hunt down the Firefly. Fireflies are advancing forward, or the Panthers advancing forward. And there goes that Firefly now. He is trying to hit that Panthers. And now we do have both these Panzer Grenadiers getting suppressed. One of them did recover from suppression. Panthers now whittling away these forces. And that Panzer 4C finally goes down. It's a good hit there with the Panthers. And now we've got these, most of the vigorous replacement does go down there. Let's pick up Piet there with one of his lieutenants. It does fall back. Oh, I just realized something. Somehow your Goliath, I can't read all the way from my screen, but you got the Yag Panther advance forward. I'll talk about a little bit later. The Yag Panther is seeing quite a bit of fire, but balancing a lot of shots as well. Okay, now I've got a brief moment. Your comment about the regards the PE Goliath bug, so he should. That's all I can read. Apparently, it was flagged for racism. I don't know why. Gotta love the default autumn chat moderation. You have the HQ command truck now seeing quite a bit of fire, so just going to focus it down. Yag Panther seeing quite a bit of damage there. You also don't see the Yag Panther all too much, even if you go for armor doctrine. Does take up the armor command truck, very nice. 9 point, much of his income. Does have 10 command points there, so I think Royal Artillery was not like the greatest item. Perhaps going for a Royal Engineers just with increased income probably would have been a bit better. Because then they don't really have a lot of munition sinks, that doctrine. Forgien being taken out by officers now. Does get a damage and crit there. Was it from the revolver or from the stun? Grand Gun trying to capture this VP. There's soon to be a triple capture in favor of the British forces, but there's plenty of VPs to play around with.
German target has been knocked out.
Grand Gun does fall back there. We've got the Kettengrad advancing forward. And there's some teller mines there, so if we advance forward with some more armor, you'll run into it.
Being threatened.
We've got a fresh HQ command truck setting up on the munitions point. Better position probably just for the income.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Hope he's trying to capture some more sectors. He needs to get this point recaptured as well. His Kettengrad can assist with repairs as well as capturing. And we've got an STG squad here as well.
Team ready. Send your message. We can't hurt that.
Piets are raining on in. The STG squads are probably a good item to counter against all these Piets. Though Piets can be occasionally effective versus infantry. Really hit or miss. Or, in case of Piets, really miss or miss and occasionally hit. Getting some repairs. Do have a fresh casualty clearing station. Does have a 17-pounder here to help prevent him from being overran.
Go ahead.
And now he's going to try to rush down his opponent's base. He's going to try to base race. These Piets, I will do reasonably well versus the structures. I'm not really sure how effective Piets are versus structures, because that doesn't really happen all too often.
Yes, sir.
And he should have not have captured up this point there. He just revealed himself what he was doing. He also has access to officer artillery. He has, or, well, doesn't have munitions for it. He is trying to deal with these Panthers, and maybe better idea just to go straight for the buildings. I have no idea what would be the best option.
Forward supply lines are broken. HQ is down to 300 points.
Oh, yep, as you start chatting a little bit more, I saw the message pop up. I think what got flagged on your previous comment was Chinaman. I didn't see that earlier since it was a bit minimized, and I don't want to alt-tab bring up the chat feed. So apparently the word Chinaman gets flagged for, and I quote, it's held for message for a reason, race, ethnicity, or religion. And the funny thing is, there was some earlier religious chats somehow to get flagged, but that did. Yeah, Panther may get buttoned there. He does have one Brent squad here for a button. And it does get a bounce there. Yak Panther is down half health. Not really caring, probably just using his meat shield at this point in time. Does get the button there on the Yak Panther. Losing Yak Panther is not a massive deal in my opinion. We've got the STG squads advancing forward. But it looks like getting focused down a bit. Brent squad does fall back. Panther advance forward, but one is getting hit by the 17 pounders. Lots of explosions raining on in. The SCG squad's down to one model. It does get wiped out there. Panther is seeing some more 17 pounder hits there.
We are losing a strategic sector.
And down south, we do have the Ketigrad trying to decapture the central, his opponent's home HQ VP command point. Pro charge trying to charge on in. This Panther needs to get out of there. Has his rear armor exposed. Going on. And not a successful Hail Mary. Hail Mary. I can't speak. Panther's making his way back to base. He's probably going to receive a counterattack to his base relatively soon, since his opponent's been liking to do that. He does have a VP captured in favor of the Panzer lead player. Panzer 4C wouldn't be half bad. You have the Panther being buttoned there with the Brent squad. It's probably not a good idea to button that early. Should have saved the button for later. And now got a fresh STG squad advance forward, trying to gun down the lieutenant, and there goes an STG squad to all the Piets. And 3 Panther, so very, very good defense there. Let's get some hits there. Panzer 4C should be completed relatively soon. Be a good idea to set up right here, get it hauled down. As they start approaching negative cover, they will get ripped apart. PS through brain on in, Wilson misses there. The Panzer 4 should be eyeing right there. Panther charging forward. Panther Strix trying to charge forward as well. Panther does draw some fire there. Does get some good dodges there. Panzer 4C is charging on forward as well. And now there's a full retreat now. And a good hit there on the retreat as well. The Brent squad. There was a Brent squad. Yep, he does have one Brent squad, which he may want to get a second one out for buttons at this current rate. He does have a bit of munitions in reserve for it. Sappers with trying to capture that VP. Lieutenant with the Piet trying to, not VP, strategic point. And looks like this lieutenant's going straight for this VP.
We're losing a munitions sector.
Lieutenant does receive a miss from the Panther. He decided to fall back away from the Panther. We got the Brent squad right here. He may be eyeing the garrison. And setting up the Panzer 4 over here is not a good idea, because he doesn't realize it. There's also a bunch of Piets advancing forward. But does find us one little bit in the map where it's part of no sector, so it did move slowly there. And the Kaliningrad does get this point decaptured as well. He should realize that there's no lieutenant here. These guys are going to be walking in this sector. Getting that point decaptured actually was very, very important. Now that gives him plenty of time to regroup and engage those Piats since he knows where they're at.
Listen up, you fucking
Bren guns captured the strategic point. Sappers crawling the way to the VP now. And the Panther will spot all of these sappers now. Receive quite a bit of fire there. Lots of fire. Now the Panzer 4C should eye setting on up to get... they're supposed to light cover there, not negative cover. But still try to set up a region where he can make use of negative cover. Kaliningrad looks like decapturing that VP, but does get gunned down. Here comes the Piats. Does button the Panther as well. The Panther can draw some fire for the Panzer 4C to get set up in a good location. And he's trying to crush some of those Bren guns as well. Does interrupt the button there. And now the Panzer 4C receives a lot of rear armor hits there. Sometimes you don't need to disrupt sort of thing. Just bleed your opponent dry with these many forces there, and your opponent can't reinforce them. You should really focus this Bren block. It is a bit vulnerable to a couple things. A mortar half-track wouldn't be half bad either. Something a bit more range, mortar barrage when it's stationary like this. Let the Panthers and the Jagdpanther draw some fire. Let his mortar half-track start picking away against these forces. Though it looks like these forces gain some good damage in.
The enemy is down to 200 points.
Going for the slit trench. The slit trench could be very, very annoying to deal with.
work's complete. We need to take cover.
Yep, and nothing much these the Jagdpanther and the Panthers can do versus a slit trench, honestly. PS are pushing the way forward now. One, the PS do hit the Panther. Some of these PS are starting to get whittled away. Focus on the PS squads. He's not going to do anything to that slit trench Bren squad. Does click the button there as well for no purpose. Incendiary grenade, that's what he needs. He does get the incendiary grenade goes off. He did not scuttle the trench. He's going to try to keep that trench around. 17 pounder being deployed on up, and officer artillery bringing on in. The officer artillery will stall out for long enough. He's going to throw his Piats inside that slit trench there. No, he retreats back everything there. Go for the Bren gun as well. He needs a... That allows the... Has lead player to throw something inside that slit trench. He needs to get that slit trench always occupied. Does get back in the slit trench in time. Panzer 4C is advancing forward. Panther and Jagdpanzer needs to start hitting that 17 pounder. Panzer 4C could try splashing down. Incendiary grenades does get force back the Bren squad. I think he's using arc piercing rounds as well, and there goes the 17 pounder. I probably would have load up those two PS squads in that slit trench. The slit trench can hold, what, 6 models? Not necessarily just one squad, but 6 models. And that should be pretty good at holding off armor. You can hold, what, 6 models? And has 6 actual model slots, or was it 5 model slots? But either way, enough for 4 PS. If he trench slams the mortar and munition half-tracks a call, I would agree so. But it looks like he's not going to try to trench spam right now. Just try to go for one. Now we do have 2 Panzer 4Cs. One needs repairs. The Panthers need repairs. He needs a lot of repairs. Is this a fresh Kaliningrad? Maybe a fresh Kaliningrad. And May does spot these Piats, which is very, very important right now. Does spot all the Piats flying towards them. And now these forces are going to be falling back. The Panzer 4Cs are definitely necessary to deal with this force. You could take time to force Panthers to counterattack his opponent's HQs. There, a Panther may be actually doing that now. Jagdpanther still receiving repairs. This Panther still receiving repairs. I'll say let the Jagdpanther stay. Look at... He's building forward a 17 pounder there. Okay. Panzer 4C could spot this. Gets buttoned by the Bren gun, however. Other Panzer 4C is advancing forward, but receives some fire. Rolls a miss there. Sending powder sitting on up. Curtis there. Around, pair up the Panzer 4C with his Kettengrad successfully. Now here comes PS Squalls with support of Ascending Pounder, who's rotated his gun to hit the vehicles. He's trying to stall out, let his PS do some work. HQ now receiving some fire. Ascending Pounder still in a protected position. Let's see. Nothing to be pulled out by these buildings. We've got the Panzer pushing this way forward. Does have the STG squad as well. That's going to push on forward. A lot of these buildings took some hits. Panzer are hitting that Ascending Pounder. Lots of PS hitting onto that Panther. Panther's almost down. S4C needs a set on up or try disrupting. He's going for a crush move. Ascending Pounder almost down. Disrupting entire formation. Do got the officer artillery raining on in. Patricks are still here as well. Ascending Pounder sitting on up. Rotate around. Gets the damage crit there and does save his army. Does save his base. Lots of drop Piets there. And Jag Panther is still being repaired up by a pair of Kettengrads. The VP has been claimed. Jag Panther is going to try to sway that Sapper. Does get a direct hit there. I think something just got wiped out there. It looks like that may have been the Bren squad.
A victory point is being overrun.
He captured one of the VPs now. He can repair up the Kettengrad with the Kettengrad, which he is. And Flit Trench will go down to the Jag Panther. Another, let's see, that's, how much armor does he have? Looks like he has 2 Panzer 4Cs, 2 Panthers. Yep, only 2 Panzer Grenadiers. He's basically a pop cap. He could perhaps deploy out one more Panzer Grenadier. Oh, his HQ was actually fully destroyed in that fight, because I just saw the ability just come back up. So now he's getting out another Panzer Grenadier. Very nice. And here comes the Piets. And that means him repairing that HQ just reset the damage he did in that previous engagement. And he is a little bit worse for wear. There's a lot of drop Piets there he needs to re-pick up for his forces. Because right now he may not have enough Piets to be pose a threat to the base. Him dropping so many Piets. The icons are advancing forward. HQ receiving quite a bit of fire there. He should be able to pull out that Panzer Grenadier time. And that HQ receiving a lot of misses from Piets. Like I said, Piets are not very good at hitting stuff. They're good at hitting everything else. Jag Panther firing away, has so far as 10 infantry kills. Panther has advanced forward with 22 kills. Going for the logistics company now. Okay, maybe he's doing a little better versus these structures now, since this one's a little bit more fatter for the hit. Panzer 4Cs need to be highly aggressive. He's going for a crush move order. Panzer 4Cs could set on up, get a good kill there, and does force back his opponent. He may want to take time to rebuild more HQs as well. Rebuild his structures so he doesn't have to worry about getting base traded again. He only took out the comp group, something on the logistics company. Those are relatively cheap HQs as well. So that would probably be a good idea. I just remembered something as well. Goliaths can be camouflaged. He could have some Goliath quote-unquote landmines. He has 700 munitions. Go for some Goliath landmines. Though he is at pop cap. That's the problem though.
Heavy Panzer report.
We do have actually a Minesweeper squad now. He may be sending out the Minesweeper squad, see how many Teller mines are everywhere. So far it's been seeing none, so that could give him an idea that he could transition to some sort of armor. Panthers does spot the Minesweeper as well, that make him include to deploy or not deploy out more landmines. Got a 17 pounder up here, so let's go and try to creep forward with 17 pounders. Essentially, he has plenty of population space for 17 pounders.
Pounder ready.
Captain's starting to capture this point. Maybe we just want to keep a Panzer IV C hold down over here just to make sure it just doesn't go to get decaptured again. Here comes the Piets.
Go ahead with your order, sir.
Let's see. He does spot some of that force there. What does the opponent see? Does he see the blob? At least he sees a 17 pounder shooting at him. No, he does not see those Piets. He may have saw them briefly, maybe not.
Crew ready.
And so now he's gotten very far forward. Now he's revealed. And he is going for the other HQs very good, and he's going for the faster capturing while at it. He has a lot of resources, might as well go for it. STG squads have been pulled off on the construction order. Got the Panzer IV Cs advanced forward. One of them, of course, quite wounded. And these guys are on negative ground. This is time for the Panzer IV Cs to hold down. Let's force back to the Piet squads. We got plenty of Piet squads right here. Besides the full back as well. Trying to attrition his opponent. We've got Panthers now coming into the rear. Then he grabs a recapture the VP. Now we've got a bit of a crush order moving forward. Let's take out, was it the captain? I think the captain may have just went down there. No, that's hard for me to tell. That's the captain and lieutenant. One of the officers went down. Now I've got a master retreat coming on out. No, yep, it was a lieutenant. Here's the captain.
German steel.
Captain does find a hit there onto the Panther, but his health is low enough that the pinto mounts even pose a threat to him. Yep, gets gunned down right there. Minesweeper squad advancing forward. He's trying to go for base trade. He's a bit set on base trading at this moment. And during the next assault, I still believe that it may be a good idea for him to push forward with his own armor into his opponent's HQs. Sapper squad does, or the Panzer squad does spot it. And there's getting some repairs. As 4C is rotating on back over here. Let's stall out a little bit there. Fresh Forgien. Hopefully, yep, there's some Goliaths. Now it's realized time for big book explosions.
Receiving enemy fire.
Immediately camouflaging it wouldn't be half bad, or we could try pushing forward and camouflaging it, but we've got the sappers rotating around.
What should we do? Proceed, Commander.
Sappers rotating around. We got looks like the two Captain Grads and the Panther withdrawing as well. Piet's advancing forward. Gets a miss there on the Captain Grad. Going for the VPs. Both the VPs. Both players don't have a lot of VPs remaining. Panther's advancing forward. Got the Goliath in tow as well. The Panther does draw the fire the most. Now the Goliath is now being focused down. Does pick up that squad. Takes on another squad there. That's not the decapture here. So there's going to be a double capture against the Panzer League player. And all these forces now falling back. He needs to get the Captain Grad to capture up that VP and go straight for this VP down here. Just a very wounded lieutenant. Firefly has been spotted. He has plenty of Panzer. Panzer does find a hit as well. We now got the officer artillery raining on in. Destroyed integrate there so that Firefly will go down. Sapper squad firing some more PS there. Will run through the gauntlet of artillery. No, he will not. The artillery has ended. And we do have the Forgien here, and just as I clicked on him, he's going for another Goliath. Maybe put a Goliath next to his VP.
Anti-tank grenades are available to eliminate enemy
Sprint
armor.
would actually come in handy. Not so much the anti-tank grenades, though we can throw 2 of them because of the doctrinal ability.
Objective captured.
You men are barely needed.
Don't fuck up.
Ready to execute orders.
Squad ready.
Firefly does reveal what direction the British player is going, which may have been a bad idea. As of course, these could set on up. Just make sure that they have room to retreat behind them. It's now raining on in. And the sappers slowly getting whittled away. There's 5 sapper squads remaining here, but unknown amount of Piets remaining because I know he's dropped a lot of Piets. Panther and Panzer firing away. Now Panzer 4Cs are receiving fire. Kaliningrad does go down. Nice to use a Bergen to recover that Kaliningrad. And now he's going for a crush move order with the Panzer IVs, getting some great crushes there. Immediately getting veterancy on one of the Panzer IVs. Also, that's right, he has enough munitions for it. Why not just go for the pintle mounts on top of the Panzer IVs? He really does have enough munitions for it.
Has fallen on might.
Good kill there. I mean, the pintle mount will just do something. It's not really that worth it in the long run, but still, 800 munitions? Just get it. You have the munitions to waste. 17-pounder firing away, getting some good hits there, but Pantrix do find some shots onto it as well. 17-pounder does get decrewed there. Good idea to force fire and destroy it. And there goes down to the Panzer. True, but he can be wasteful.
Standing by. Heavy armor. We are under attack. Ready for
Firefly does get a hit there on the Vet 3 Panther. The Panther now trying to rotate around. Gets a bounce down the Panther now. STG squads had stopped preparing, and the Piets are all hitting that Panther, so the STG squads will get some great work done. Also, artillery raining on in. Panthers has had the Panzer Grenadiers pursue them all the way back home. Panther on the flank there, keeping the rear armor of the Firefly. Panzer 4C could push on forward as well. Damage to crit there. And looks like the Brit has backed out of the game now. And this replay was even longer than 2v2. I hope you're satisfied. You wanted a 1v1. I got you a 1v1. And that's a Soap Priest. By the way, this is Andrew saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.